Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Okay, so the question is, what is the latching panic saddle threshold? The terminology that we would use might be called bump up. You know, the door just bumps up against a stop. But certain types of bump ups are also called latch track or latching or panic thresholds because in an application, generally a pair of doors, where you have surface vertical rods on both doors, as you might know, you need a strike plate at the top and at the floor for your vertical rod panic device. Well, that very feature of what becomes the stop or the bump up portion of the threshold can act as the bottom strike. So you're not drilling or cutting anything into the threshold to accommodate the requirement to have a strike there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so cool. All right, so that's good except for the length and the weather stripping. So I guess you got to make you got 297s and 281, so that's good for the kerf strip. And then and dark brown is good. One question on the hinge itself. Is there any other? Is there a black versus a oil rub bronze?
They can do black, sure.
Maybe do a painted black because he's got this thing about I did his parents' house too, and the oil rub bronze rubs off with time, and so I think he's going to have he's got everything else black. So let's do black.
Rubs off on the so the only reason it's going to rub off is if you're touching it. So you're not touching hinges, you're not touching pivots. Pull handles, push plates, oil rubs going to come off.
Yeah, he already bought the pull handle and it's a matte black.
Oh, okay,
so
there you go.
If it's possible to get a matte black, that would be great. Otherwise, keep it the way. Yeah, no, they can powder coat it black. There's no doubt. Okay.
It won't match. Well, I mean, it is what it is at this point. It won't match the hardware, the gasketing, because we can't get, most of that in black.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's only, I don't think that's an issue. So and brown is close enough to walnut, finished walnut. So that's a good choice, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to look beautiful.
Yeah, and then everything else looks good except for the length of the, and then also their overhead rain drip, and the rain drip at the threshold.
Yeah, definitely.
It needs to be a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get that. And what was the hand of the store? It's right hand?
Well, let's go through it. It opens in, and so I'm standing inside the door. The hinge is on the left, and the strike is on the right. So I would call that a right hand, right?
I would definitely call that a right hand as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're going to use 1x walnut to face this door. Is it going to be a panel design?
It's the way I do them is I'm doing a solid wood 5/8 on the front and the inside and the outside. Solid wood with an engineered board in the middle, and I use epoxy glue and glue it to a perfectly flat surface, and I've had good luck doing that.
Oh,
yeah. So
what will be the design of the door? Is it?
It's going to be horizontal 9-inch. Basically, like it's a tongue and groove, but I leave a gap of 1/8 of an inch between each board, but they're 3/8 tongue and groove, so it goes like that. So it's just horizontal boards, and then on the sides, I do a 1/2 inch solid, so that where the weather strip is going to contact, and on the bottom, and the same thing on the top and bottom.
Yeah, and that's really the heart of the matter. What you end up doing there. What's going to happen at the stiles. Your boards are going to run long. You're going to have a filler piece on your engineered lumber.
Yep.
Yeah, and how do you press it all together? Now, back in the day, I had a 160-ton press, a 5x10 160-ton press. I could do 20 at a time. How are you going to do that?
I do it. I have both a vacuum press, but I haven't been using it. I've been using. I made these beams, 4 beams that go across, set on 2 horses, which I level perfectly, and make sure with a string that they're perfectly flat. I'm creating a flat surface, and then I clamp the hell out of it. Across, like that, and I do that. I do them one at a time, and I only do like probably three or 4 doors, front doors a year. So I don't do that. We're a small shop.
Yeah.
I would love to have a little press like you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's when we were laying up cold press doors. Just architectural wood doors. Yeah, lots of ways to do it. I've been in a lot of wood door factories, and I've seen very ingenious ways to get things clamped togetger.
If you have any suggestions, better than my system, I'm all ear.
Your system's great. The only problem with that system is it takes time. You've got to do all the work. One idea that we had played with one time was getting 2,000-gallon vessels and just pumping water back and forth. But it has to be fast because the glue sets up, and you got to get that under substantial pressure really quick. But and large hydraulic presses in the grand scheme of things aren't. I mean, I've spent more on a sliding table saw than I have a press. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not that expensive. But it's hard to get a lot of weight, per square inch. Otherwise,
Did you ever experiment with vacuum presses?
Not personally, and it's always because we need to produce a lot.
The problem
in every run.
The problem with the glue up is I have a lot more control over like I want all the gaps to be perfectly even. The 1/8 inch, reveal type gap, all to be even in between each plank, and so I have more time and more control over it. And the vacuum press, once you get it in there, you're not going to get it out. If you have to make an adjustment on 1 or 2 boards, you're not going to have. So that's why I gave up on that for this application.
Yeah, the old style way, lots of clamps. When Pony was in business, and I think they've resurrected. They were on Western and Grand Avenue in Chicago, so we sold a lot of Pony clamps back in the day. That would be for not really what you're doing, but in certain door stuff, you can definitely use Pony clamps. They're just so cheap and effective. But yeah, please take a picture. The world would love to see what you're doing there. That's for sure.
All right.
Gobble up this information.
All right, and thanks for your help.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.